Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco number 7245 SC1-26D. This is a mortise cylinder. At first glance it might seem a bit unusual to you, and it is, only because of its length. But let's dissect the part number and we'll go through the length right now. 7246 specifically means that this is 1.5 inches long mortise cylinder, and mortise cylinders are measured from the underside of the head to the back of the cam. The SC stands for the fact that you're dealing with a 5-pin Schlage C keyway. This is going to be drilled 6. There are 6 holes drilled in there for chambers, but it'll be pinned 5. It's a 5-pin key blank. Factory original look-alike type key blank. The 1 at the end, it means a standard cam. That's what a standard cam looks like. That's Kaba Ilco's 863G cam. If you were to search for 863G, you would find the standard cam, and within that item, a table of all of the related cams to it: Yale, Sargent, Lorry, Schlage, etc., Adams Wright. When you change the 1 in the part number, you'll change the cam type as well. 26D, that just means satin chrome. Anything after that generally refers to the keying that you'd like to have done on the cylinder. Keyed differently, keyed alike, a variety of different possibilities available for keying can be done factory or here in-house. If you have need for specific keying on this material, please feel free to reach out and let us know, and we'll be able to accommodate you on that. So the 7246 specifically means 1.5 inches, and that, when you change that part number, you're naturally going to change certainly the length of the cylinder and possibly the type. But mortise cylinders are generally 15/16, 1 inch, 1.1 inch, 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch, even longer, even shorter than 15/16. Why you would need something so long? Well, you might have a 2-inch thick door, more commonly a 2.25 inch thick door. A standard cam could be used on a very old mortise lock, or it could be a key switch or an alarm bypass. But given the length of this with a standard cam and a standard conventional keyway, it's most likely you have a thicker door than average, where you need a longer cylinder, and dealing with an older style mortise body that would take a standard cam, maybe a mortise lock that was built in the 1930s, something like that is where you'd see that. This is a solid brass cylinder. The housing and the core, or the plug, the mortise cylinder housing and the cylinder plug are made of solid brass, which allow for an incredibly smooth operating cylinder. That's a hallmark of Kaba Ilco. So, not on everything that they do, but almost everything. Solid brass gives you the ability to have long, predictable, reliable service out of it. The brass material allows for a very tight machining tolerance when they're manufacturing the parts, so they fit together quite smooth and tightly. And when they're properly keyed or rekeyed or maintained, they work very smoothly. And as a result, I frankly don't see why anyone would buy a cylinder other than Kaba Ilco, because there's a confluence of value and quality that is really second to none. In terms of the keying, the keyway, they can do the keyway in a couple of dozen keyways. Sargent and Yale and Corbin Russwin and Lorry and a bunch of Weiser, Kwikset, obviously Schlage. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. And then the finish. Technically, they can make this in any finish, although there's most likely going to be a factory lead time and a possible minimum order requirement to get a finish other than satin chrome. Okay. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page that will allow you to review not only all of the Kaba Ilco products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, which would be known as the Brass Cylinder Catalog. And within that catalog, you will be able to review all of the Kaba Ilco cylinders and accessory products as it pertains to cylinders, cylinder collars. They have a full line of low-profile deadbolts that I like a lot that employ mortise cylinders. And the advantage of that is not only that these deadbolts, as a result of shorter cylinders, they're very low profile, but you may not know this, but Kaba Ilco manufactures a 2-inch back set for their deadbolts. And I'm not aware of anybody else that does as standard. And that 2-inch back set really comes into play because you might have a pair of exterior 10-light doors that have literally only a 4-inch style. And that 2-inch is super nice because it centers the lock right in the center of that style and gives it a really great look. That's nice from there, but you can absorb their ability to create different lengths, different keyways, different cams, different finishes. Mortise cylinders, rim cylinders. They have a lot of accessory hardware like garage locks and then those cylinder collars I had mentioned earlier. And then finally on that page you're also going to bump into the Kaba Ilco key blank catalog. It's probably about that thick if you printed it out, and will allow you to use with great success at least the ability to eliminate a key blank that maybe you know it cannot be. Meaning they show the broaching of what the cylinder looks like there. So if you're trying to identify a key, it's handy to have that book. And then finally, there's a link to the aluminum storefront hardware catalog, which is a relatively new line of hardware from Kaba Ilco. And they have some nice hardware there and a couple of interesting new developments on aluminum storefront hardware. If you have any questions on the Kaba Ilco 7246 SC1 26D cylinder. This box says 7245, I've realized. That means it's drilled 6 and pinned 5. The 7246 is drilled 6, pinned 6 would be the difference. If you have any questions on this or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.